With more games releasing day after day, it's hard to keep up with it all. That's why we compiled a list of game releases that we're eyeing for the next month. The list doesn't cover everything coming out in October, but these look promising and we're willing to maybe give them a spin. Keep watching to find out why. Silent Hill 2 Remake. This game needs little to no introduction, but in case you've been living under a rock or aren't really a fan of horror, Silent Hill 2 is renowned in the survival horror gaming genre for its eerie atmosphere, impactful soundtrack, and of course its dark yet beautiful story. Long story short, this remake has got some big shoes to fill. We watched the story and game trailers, and so far it still looks like the original game, but of course with much better graphics. Although we do get the vibes of an RE remake with the over-the-shoulder camera as opposed to the original's drone following you point of view. Not gonna lie, we do miss the original's more spaced out view that highlighted the eerie environment, like when James would run through the fog and made him look utterly alone in this strange place. Speaking of the fog, weirdly we also missed the extreme thickness of the fog where you could barely see 5 feet ahead of you. Might not be too big of a deal, but for us it added a lot to the creepy ambiance. We are happy to report though that the iconic monsters shown so far appear even more grotesque and we have no complaints here. Even little Laura is still a little pissed, and might we say even more so now that she's got a more detailed face. Never change, Laura, never change.
See ya, fart face!
The Silent Hill 2 remake comes out on October 8 on PC and PS5. Metaphor ReFantazio. From the developers of the Persona series, Metaphor ReFantazio is Atlus's newest fantasy RPG set in the United Kingdom of Uchronia, where the assassination of the king sends everyone into a frenzy. The protagonists and their fellow adventurers must compete in a tournament for the throne in order to save the cursed prince who is believed to be dead. From the get-go, the setting is completely different from SMT games with the fantasy vibes. However, there are some familiar mechanics in there like Persona's social stats and social linking. Speaking of Persona, there is also a day system where time passes when you participate in activities. Fantasio, however, has the addition of implementing travel time into the day system. In terms of combat, it's an interesting mix of turn-based and action. The characters transform when they use skills, calling to mind an SMT classic, Digital Devil Saga. They even have skill trees reminiscent of the classic PS2 game. Can we also talk about the background music? Like, damn, did they have to go that hard? Well, considering it's an Atlus game, yes. Yes, they did. Watch out for Metaphor ReFantazio on October 11 on the PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. Super Mario Party Jamboree. A new Super Mario Party game is coming our way. It looks like we won't get bored as Super Mario Party Jamboree has a wide variety of boards as well as the largest collection of mini-games, which amounts to a total of 110. There is a 20-player mode for all your friends where you go through a variety of courses, dodging obstacles and platforming, reminiscent of Fall Guys. This is great because I totally have 20 friends. Oh look! They added Pauline from Old School Mario and Mario Odyssey! Super Mario Party Jamboree is available on the Nintendo Switch on October 17. Sonic X Shadow Generations. We've got another Sonic game release approaching you at the speed of light. Sonic X Shadow Generations features classic Sonic, modern Sonic, and Shadow. This game is actually 2 games in one. It features a remaster of Sonic Generations and a new game featuring Shadow, Shadow Generations. And boy does he look even edgier than ever. From the trailers, it seems like a mix of modern 3D Sonic and side-scroller Sonic, with the 3D stages giving off an old-school Sonic Adventure vibe. Sonic X Shadow Generations releases on October 25 on the Nintendo Switch, PS4, PS5, and PC. Life is Strange Double Exposure. It has been a hot minute, but Life is Strange is back. However, it's not exactly the same old formula we're used to seeing. In Life is Strange Double Exposure, Max Caulfield returns with a new look. Her friend Sophie has been murdered, but she discovers that she can travel to a parallel timeline where Sophie is alive but still in danger. Help her use her new powers and solve the supernatural murder mystery. We're very much aware of the mixed reactions this latest installment has garnered, which is why we're curious to try it out. The art style is noticeably different and it looks pretty good. On the other hand, Max's new timeline shifting powers are quite intriguing, but we'll have to play to see it for ourselves. Given this is the first time we see Max outside of the first Life is Strange, especially without a certain blue-haired girl, fans are divided. Many are happy to see Max back, but others are rightfully worried, not to spoil the first game too much, since Max playing detective means she hasn't learned her lesson from the first game. If you know what I mean. Also, is it just us or is the voice acting in this game more awkward than usual?
Have you talked to Reggie since yesterday?
Reggie?
Keep an eye out for Life is Strange Double Exposure coming out on October 29 on PS5, Xbox Series XS, and PC. Dragon Age: The Veilguard. The wait has been long, but the latest Dragon Age game is nearly upon us. Dragon Age: The Veilguard takes place 9 to 10 years after Inquisition, and you play as a new character known as Rook, who is tasked with stopping Solus from completing his ritual to tear down the Veil. Familiar faces return such as Varric and Solus, whilst also having new, interesting, diverse companions with different classes. The game itself looks a lot more vibrant compared to older Dragon Ages, with the cutscenes looking really visually stunning. In terms of combat, there was a lot of auto-attacking in the previous Dragon Age games, but it seems like they changed things up to be more of an action game, with parrying now included as seen from the gameplay trailer. You are also given an option to continue where your story left off, as the game features a sort of data transfer system, in which you get to choose which major decision you took in the previous game and apply it to the new story. This is why we're looking forward to the story and choice making. Also, spoiler for the last game, Inquisition, but it took us 10 years to find out what Solus was planning, and we can't wait to finally find out why he betrayed everybody. Dragon Age: The Veilguard launches this Halloween, October 31st on PS5, Xbox Series XS, and PC. And that concludes our list of games we're looking forward to in October. We'll be reviewing a lot of the games on this list, so be sure to subscribe to us here at Game8 to keep an eye out for that. Of course, there are a lot of games coming out next month, so feel free to sound off in the comments below what October release game you'll be playing or are excited for. This has been Game8, and we'll see you again when we review the games mentioned here.